Between 2012 and 2016, I lived in the upstairs apartment of an old duplex near the edge of town. The house itself had been standing for over a century, cracked plaster, warped floors, that kind of place. My landlord lived below me, though he was rarely around. He worked long shifts at the hospital and would sometimes vanish for days at a time. I liked it that way. It felt like I had the building to myself. The apartment was small but comfortable. I had a little sunroom off the back that I'd turned into an office, and most nights I'd sit in there, tapping away at my laptop until I couldn't keep my eyes open. It was always quiet, the kind of silence that feels pressed into the walls, like it had grown there. One night, I was working late, maybe around midnight. The wind outside had picked up, rattling the old window panes with a steady whisper. I remember distinctly that I had just gotten up to make tea, and when I came back, the light in the hallway was on. I hadn't turned it on. I was sure of that. It had a pull chain that gave off a harsh clack, and I would have remembered pulling it. I froze in the doorway. The hallway stretched straight down, empty, ending at the coat closet. I stared for a while, telling myself it was nothing. Maybe I'd pulled the chain and forgotten. I reached up, tugged it off, and went back to my chair. Not 10 minutes later, the light came back on. This time I heard it. The clack, loud, like someone had done it slowly and deliberately. I stood again, heart racing, and called out, expecting to hear a laugh or footsteps, anything. But the apartment remained still. The air felt suddenly heavy, like it was pressing down on my skin. I walked to the hallway, slower this time, and checked the closet at the end. Empty. I even opened the front door to make sure the downstairs unit was locked. It was. No one else was supposed to be here. That night, I left the hallway light on. I couldn't explain it, but something about the darkness at the end of that corridor felt wrong, like it wasn't just shadow, but something waiting behind it. Over the next few weeks, little things started happening. Subtle at first. My books would be moved just slightly out of place. My tea kettle would still be warm even when I knew I hadn't used it. Once I woke up to find the closet light on, a light I didn't even know worked. The worst came one night when I was sleeping and I heard movement from the hall. Not footsteps exactly. It was more like someone dragging a hand along the wall, a faint scraping. I stayed in bed, eyes locked on the crack of light beneath my door, and I saw it. A shadow. Something passing by slowly, stopping just outside my room, not moving, just there. I didn't breathe. I didn't move. And eventually, it passed. The next morning, I found a word carved into the inside of the hallway wall, faint, shallow, like it had been done with a nail or the edge of a key. It read, Eyano aoyon, esse past. Bui sagnue e I don't know what it means. I've looked it up. No language matches. I even asked a linguist once. They couldn't place it, said it looked like a cipher or maybe just madness. I moved out that weekend. I never saw my landlord again. I left the key on the table and didn't look back, but sometimes, in the middle of the night, I hear it again, the clack of that hallway light, and I think about the words, over and over, Eyano aoyon, esse past. Boi sagnue e, like they're waiting for me to understand.